Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for more Shanghai Major Qualifier action. I'm LD, he's GoDz, we're David and David. We haven't said that in a while. Feels good, man.
And we're casting Chinese Dota. It's a throwback.
I feel like I've gone into a time machine.
Yep.
So, we do have a draft. We're actually restreaming the RU Hub
Yep.
because we can't get into the Dota TV
Yep.
server. I think they may have forgotten to flag the game, not entirely sure. Or just Perfect World doing Perfect World things.
If you guys know a way into the Dota TV server, tweet at KPT Dota. I think that's his Twitter these days. And we'll try and get on into the Dota TV server, but right now, unfortunately, the game was not showing up under the ticket, so not sure, but hopefully something that can be smoothened out. It's day one.
When are they going to change their name? Perfect World. Isn't it about time? How many more,
It's the irony.
how many more do they get?
They've
Don't you feel like they've used up their quota of, we're still Perfect World, that was just an accident, and
Yep.
at this
and
point
you
it's
get
like,
the lag spikes and oh whoops, it's on the ticket. Who knows? Who knows? But
they have no more, like for me, no more chances, you're done.
okay. What would you?
You're
call
in
them?
Perfect World.
Imperfect. Okay. That's
Perfectly,
going gentle.
perfectly awful world.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't say that. They haven't done their talent invites for the major.
Yeah. Good. There goes your chances, LD.
Well, if you hate my casting, guys, good news. I'm probably not going to be there.
Welcome to the Ru Hub.
It's time for TongFu versus LGD. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay. Are you hyped? You hyped up? Ready to go? He took off his headset. His ears were in pain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
It's not even
Looking
that loud
good,
in your
feeling
ears.
good. No, it's fine. It's fine. Something else came to mind. I was like, do I need to go figure this out? Maybe later.
You're going to abandon me in my time of greatest need? Just throwing like, oh, it's been such a long time since we've done the David and David thing, casting Chinese. So you're like, yeah, I got shit to do, man. I'll see you later. Hello. Mr. U9.
So, we got something more aggressive from TongFu. I think they decide LGD are going to play slow pace. They want to farm. If we let them do that, we're going to lose. So
They want to do some Sylar shit, let's be honest.
Yep.
That's just some classic Sylar shit right there.
Absolutely. Sylar maybe just farming up a storm, and they've got two heroes to deal with Jug. And they look, TongFu like, no, we're not having that. We're fighting you.
Coming in hot and heavy, big charge through, but of course doesn't really have a whole lot of damage at this stage of the game. Only level 1 as LGD contests the rune. Who's going to end up grabbing it? It is a double grab for Laugandie. Big pickup. Denying the Wisp that precious bounty rune, always nice.
Yep. ROTK Prophet, here we go. He's in a 1v1 against the Centaur, so I think ROTK does fine here, though.
Very hard to harass the Centaur if he gets that return.
Has he? It looked like he already had it.
I think he already had a point in it, yeah.
But I think Prophet still does fine in this matchup, and
you shouldn't die if you're RTK.
And then you can TP the other lanes and cause problems. Whereas I guess Centaur, if you hit level 6, you can cause problems. But
yeah, but if you let him free farm, it's not like you're giving
Yep.
another strong safe lane like a Gyro free farm, so you're okay with it.
Alrighty. So got ourselves an aggro tri-lane coming out. IO Gyro
Wisp offensive tri-lane.
with the Spirit. This is not the strongest or scariest offensive
They're also
tri-lane.
going into a Juggernaut who's very good defensively, but they are going to isolate on the side of the fight the Night Stalker, giving him the old lantern.
Unfortunately, level 1 Spirit Breaker, not the scariest hero, but he did a lot of damage for a not so scary level 1 hero there. And that's
This is pretty bold by TongFu.
Yeah, absolutely.
Offensive tri-lane IO into fairly strong defensive heroes, Witch Doctor as well as Juggernaut, even Night Stalker just tanky.
Yeah, I think the last game really, when I see them go something like this, I'm like, well, last game threw them off.
It's like we have to completely change our game plan after game 1.
They're giving maybe a straight up 1v1 where he can just use his individual mechanical skills to kind of succeed. You can't really rotate supports easily when you're going with these aggro tri-lanes.
At this point, he's just crushing Quap. What happened in the mid lane? He's already 10-3.
Just maybe things, I guess.
Is he just maybeing them?
Yep.
Okay.
Unine's a really strong mid player, like even mechanically sound, but maybe he's just like
he
the
hasn't got
Sumail
any
of
help
China,
either, aside from the bounty rune thing, which
Yeah.
obviously does make a big
Oh,
difference.
that probably
But it's not like there's a support camping the lane at the same time.
that would explain some of the good part of the lead, I guess.
You can be a little more aggressive with your raises. You'll have your bottle sooner.
Yeah. Fast level 2 means you can raise for CS, you get guaranteed souls, and you're happy SF. So for LGD, they don't have to do anything crazy. This top lane, they're not going to be looking for kills. If TongFu go in, then they may just hold their ground and look to fight and do what they have to do. But I think for the most part, they'll just it's up to TongFu to make the plays in the laning stage.
RTK does get charged now. Connection comes from Kambu, and now trying to hold him in position as they do isolate him, and they'll bring him down with auto attacks. First blood to Faith.
It's a good start. Nice charge, moving off his lane. He was actually like hovering around the mid lane, I think, hoping for maybe to get aggressive. And then Central's like, oh, look at this. This is even better.
And Prophet on his own is just a delectable delight.
Yeah.
Very easily killed.
And Centaur getting a fast blink this game could be very handy for TongFu and what they want to do.
I generally agree. Getting blink on
Oh, yeah.
Centaur, pretty good thing.
You don't like getting the late? You don't think getting a late blink on Centaur is good, LD?
No, I think blink is a good item on Centaur, and you should get it as quickly as possible. That's why I'm a professional caster,
All right.
and you guys are just sitting at home watching
All right. You're back on the.
the flame train.
Well, let's say you're back on the perfect world list for casters with all that intel.
That
you're bringing
insight
out.
and the turnaround. Maybe no, he gets 17% and he still gets the kill. So close.
Over
And
Venom.
Oof, oof,
That oof buff.
oof.
Fatal damage now.
Beautiful stuff.
Too bad their overlays cover up the description that we can't read.
Yeah. Not sure what's going on with Dota TV.
But yeah, guys, if you found a way in and can advise us, please do let us know. We listen. But there we go. Couple kill trades across the map, and LGD going to look to, for the most part, stabilize. Like all three of their calls and lanes farming. Jug is doubling the Jug CS, so this
Jug is doubling the
and
Jug
more.
CS. That is
the gyro CS one.
that's really something, man. Holy
Yeah.
shit! I have never seen a
Woo.
Jug double a Jug CS before.
He's
I think you're off the
doubling
list for
something.
that.
Yeah, I know. Oh Jesus.
Let's
It's a
just go
train
ahead,
wreck.
get that black permanent marker, just draw a nice big line through.
Don't worry, I've got some white out
Enchantress
ready.
Fanboy.
Yep.
1989, is it?
Aggro tri-lane, 12 CS on your gyrocopter. That's
Io's getting shut down as well. The Prophets equaling the Centaur. They're basically losing every lane.
lane's going very well for LGD. Very, very well. The X Factor can be Centaur hitting level 6, Spirit Breaker kind of charging around. So they've got ways to kind of mix it up and find some kills, but it's going to come on like key heroes. Like I feel like getting another kill on RTK with a charge isn't going to be enough when SF and Jug are winning their lanes so handily.
Yeah, Jug just so far ahead. Phase Boots finally come out for the little copter man, but I am looking forward to seeing RTK get active here. As he's having a pretty easy time compared to last game, where he struggled early in terms of the lane, but he's been given a lot of extra space and takes advantage of it.
Yep.
So, I mean, to me, it feels like this entire game rests on Gyro's level 6, along with Quap's level 6, and the Centaur Blink.
Yep.
Not sure what else they can really do if those don't get some kills.
They're just like leaving this Gyro in the offlane with the IO. I think they're trying to get Gyro the solo XP to get that level 6. But Jug, it looks like, should be getting there first. And Omnislash's scary spell mid lane. They've got the silence on Quap. One raise. He needs another. He's trying to stay in melee range. Can he hit the long raise? He will. Maybe, says. I ain't being fooled by that.
And they even forced out the Centaur ult there as well.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Nicely played.
Is that a level 5 Night Stalker?
Jeez.
Seriously?
That top lane went ridiculously well for LGD.
What the hell happened? He just got the one kill, right?
I guess he was pulling a bit. I think that was where TongFu's aggro trialing kind of backfired. It's just the pull camp, and they just got starved out more than anything.
It's like a carry Night Stalker. 6.5 minutes.
That's a level 4.5 gyro, so yeah, good luck getting level 6 when Jug's already there. He can't go to the offlane anymore, I think. Problem is Centaur hasn't got Blink, so it's kind of this big kind of dilemma for TongFu. Do you keep giving Centaur the safe lane so he can farm Blink? That means Gyrocopter's not getting farm, or do you send Gyro there and then Centaur's got to either jungle or try and scrap together something in the offlane? There's one lane where they need 2 separate heroes to be farming, and only one of them can get it.
All right, so what other games are on right now?
You're done. You went out.
They have a lineup that hits a pretty big power curve around like that, I don't know, 8 to 13 minute mark. But I just fear for TongFu that they've lost all 3 lanes so hard it's going to be tough. Let's see if they can make something happen. Already level 6 up onto Sylar. He gets aggressive.
Definitely tough, but not impossible. I think
Yeah.
just this lineup by its nature with ultis is just so much scarier than the laning stage.
And they're a much better team fight lineup overall, I would say.
It was an odd way to lane it because I was like, okay, they're going for the aggro trail. Normally you see a team go for an aggro trail and you think, oh, they're doing this and they're going to win the lane. So I was like, are they really going to win with the IO Spirit Breaker aggro trail lane? They were probably expecting Night Stalker to start in the offlane and they could at least capitalize on the offlane for a little bit, but it seemed LGD were ready for that lane because they had the Night Stalker from level 1 helping the Jug secure farm.
There's a small little stack here for U9. He's going to go farm it. LPC needing those levels. 8 minutes. They'll try for the extra stack. The bounty rune secured by their mid player.
Jeez, he's only level 6.5. That's a bit low level for a queen. To get ganked once, and I think SF's at least level 7, probably approaching level 8 at this stage. And that's where I was like, okay, queen's ready to gank. You've got level 6, but she only had 2 points in the scream because went for a 2-1-2 build. So even if queen TP's to a lane, it's like a sonic wave with a level 2 scream when you blink in. Stampede. Whoa, not going to get him out. And not going to
I'm going in, boys! All right, you're going
and
back
that was a
to the
queen
low.
TP. Like your queen TP is meant to be like a guaranteed return kill or just to kill in itself without losing anyone.
Any kind of kill, really. But
You TP bottom, you don't find anything. That's
are they going to try to
bad
make a move
news.
on top now? Their paint's coming out.
No,
They can't do anything to Juggernaut.
could be not. Jug.
These two cannot kill Jug.
Yeah,
he's
he's
invincible against
level
those
8
heroes.
with Omni/Blade Fury. Like they'll die if anything. I think I'd favor Jug in that 2v1.
He can actually get a double kill there pretty easily.
No.
With terrible armor.
So they
Dumpster tier
They're
armor.
just heading back. They got the gyro level 6, so I think that's what they were just trying to secure in that offlane. Time to smoke probably for TongFu.
It's funny how I feel like LGD are playing much more like Shao 8 LGD style these past 2 games. Just very systematic, not too many bold maneuvers by RTK. I don't know if it's just a coincidence and it just happens to be the case for these 2 games so far, but they feel a lot more controlled and disciplined compared to like what you're used to seeing from RTK-led teams.
There's still a lot of games for them. It'll come. It'll come.
I'm trying to summon
want
the
it.
real RTK, man.
Everyone wants to see it.
Will the real RTK please stand up?
I think during
Do you think Shao 8's playing on his account?
Maybe giving him some little tips, pointers, or at least. But when Zhao Wei coming back? He needs to
I
make
was
his return.
just thinking the exact
Man.
same thing.
Whatever team he joins, I'm backing them.
Charge bottom. He commits the darkness, but pop.
That's your first big rotation. Your gyro, 4 heroes. That's charging everything. You get the Night Stalker. That's not a big deal for LGD.
They are close to the blink now, though.
Jeez, 5k gold lead already. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like not the kill LGD mine, but ultimately for TongFu, it steps in the direction of that blink dagger, which can lead to bigger kills. Maybe Sing on 2.5k, unclear what he's going to get. Could be a Shadow Blade, could just pick up a Sanj if he wants to tank up for the aggression that's coming.
What would you prefer this game
Ooh.
as a Shadow Fiend player?
I'm not a Shadow
I know
Fiend
you're not a
player.
Shadow
God,
Fiend
that's
player.
like one of
That's why I
my,
said
like,
that.
5 worst heroes. I would just go Shadow Blade because I'm not a Shadow Fiend player, but I'm a Shadow Blade
That is
buyer.
definitely the preferred pub build.
Yep.
I think for most people.
Love me some good Lothars. Lothars Edge.
You're gonna get Chad all riled up, man. Saying that word. That's not allowed.
Anything to trigger the chat LD. Yeah.
The word trigger triggers me. I just want to say that.
The word trigger triggers the chat.
I just want to let the
great.
world know if you use trigger in your daily life,
I hate that.
just stop.
I
Just stop.
It was a word I didn't ever think of using ever until I started seeing like people keep spamming it in Twitch. I was like,
I'd be okay if it was like a once in a while thing, but the people who say triggered, they say it about everything. Like anytime someone gets slightly agitated or annoyed or whatever, it's always, he's triggering me, this is triggering me. Shut up! But they do get ROTK here in the jungle. The other word that I can't stand is fam.
oh god, me
Fam.
too.
Trigger
pretty
and
bad.
fam. If those 2 words are in your vocabulary,
Okay,
just
fam.
turn off the stream. Don't come back. We don't want you here. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are cool. But I hate that.
There's another stream on where that caters to that, so it's probably a few. Oh, you
And so it begins.
check out the Arteezy stream, check out the Helena live stream, and you've got all your vocabulary needs on those 2 streams.
Oh god, I've enabled them now. Joke's on you guys. I love both of those words, and I use them all the time. So LGD are going to Roche here. I mean, that's just feeling
Baited.
very clean, systematic.
Yeah. Whoa, this is a super early Roche though. Like 12, I mean,
But
it's
they're
incredibly safe. Like there's no risk, but
they're all full HP. With the healing ward, they're never going to drop low. Maybe he's
Yeah.
pretty strong right now. On paper, TongFu, I think,
Easy
is the
win.
better 5-man lineup at this stage. But
they're going for this kind of aggressive drums build. This was the profit build we saw a lot more during the Christmas Radiant Dire Cup. Was just these drums rush. It's kind of like it gives it similar, really good stats, kind of like the Blade Mail, which is why Blade Mail's picked up. But the active in the aura is just more reliable in what it does compared to like popping a Blade Mail and not really getting any guarantees for what you're going to find from it.
so LGD do continue to push now. They've got that Aegis backing them up. But TongFu is such a scary 5-man lineup. I think they got to be careful about how they approach this one. RTK is going to TP out. He joins the pressure on the mid lane.
And TongFu's big thing is they can't just find pickoffs here and there. They need to maintain a good level of farm. Right now, their most farmed hero is a Centaur, which is, to me, the biggest worry. That's the last thing you want to hear if you're TongFu. You need Gyro Quap up there in terms of your cores farming well. So they can find pickoffs with the Centaur here or there, but they don't want to be committing all of Quap and Gyro's time into finding those pickoffs. They need to be able to secure their own farm. And okay, SF goes Yules. I mentioned the Sandra, the Shadow Blade. As it's clear, I'm not an SF player. I don't know what F's build these days.
You can easily Requiem Bomb Quap with that
Yep.
before the blink gets off. And also good to maybe cancel the relocate, interrupt the charge is very nice. So
Super early. It's a farming item in SF because of the mana. You can spam all your raises to jungle.
And, you know, they don't have that many ways to cancel charge.
It's not really a high ground sieging item, but maybe it's going to turn it into one. Why not?
They have Juggernaut. Just pop the board.
Oh my gosh, they're going high ground. It's 14 minutes in.
All right.
Would Zhao Wei do? Yeah, he would do this. He did this at TI4.
Both of them did it at TI4.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's be
RTK invented
serious
this at TI4.
Sylar should be on the profit. That's
Yeah.
the one thing.
Yeah.
And then they should lose because of that. But
Yeah.
otherwise, it's pretty accurate.
So I'll back off a little bit, but this is very TI4 like. You know, that super fast Roshan, tower by tower, 5-man death ball.
But he is building looks like a Battle Fury on Sylar,
Yeah.
so
It seems to be
they're getting the late game insurance.
Yeah, this is like the new style of 5-man death ball and just like aggression. Even like in the last patch when it was less death ball and more aggression, like you'd still see gyros generally going dominated to secure the late game farm. Jugs were still going Battle Fury even then. They would just fight with a Battle Fury and use Max Blade Fury and the power of Omnislash to
Look
fight.
at that map awareness by Sylar. So patient.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Wind him up.
Ah, Dugan! Got him. That was easy.
Yowzers. Whew. Okay, that's center down. That's your most farmed hero. No longer the most farmed, but
Now they're going to make their move onto mid. The death ball keeps a rolling. Just this race car pack of monsters hunting deep towards the Queen of Pain. The charge comes through. They're going to sacrifice the cow. Instead, it will be burgers for dinner. But they got a little too burnt, so I'm not sure LGD are actually going to eat them. And now they'll go on mid.
okay, let's say another 2-2 tower. So just tower to tower, farm to farm, and there's no real room for TongFu to get much done. This game is very different to the last one as far as how fast it's going to be ending, and this is a much more dominant, impressive performance from LGD. They are showing much more of that killer instinct, just saying, okay, we're strong now, taking a 12-minute Roshan and just going straight into a push. This is, I think, overall a lot
that
more
Yule's
promising.
dodging away from the stun. The Queen of Pain ult comes out, combining with the gyro ult. It's pretty much the perfect combo, but is it enough to hold the line? The spins are coming, and Sylar again lives through all the offense. He gets the kills. May need to back off now for round 2, where maybe gets caught out. The stun not connecting just yet, but maybe also not doing any damage during this time. They will lose 2 big cores along with the Witch Doctor. They do not break the base. Great hold by TongFu.
Pretty good. They bought back at least the Centaur. Was it just Centaur? I don't know. There we
Just
can see
Centaur.
just Centaur. Gold gain going their way, and most importantly, they got experience out of it. Even if it was not even about like how much more XP they got, they need levels so bad right now. Whereas LGD have most of their core levels, so even if both teams get like an equal amount of XP, it's going to benefit TongFu more. Like this Spirit Breaker's level 7. Like your high ground's being pushed, and you're probably before that fight it was level 6. Like when your high ground's being pushed and you're level 6, you're just like, holy crap, what do we do?
Oh, they want that sweet Sylar nectar, and they're going to find it. MMY's TPD, and that's a secondary kill as TongFu
Coconuts,
come
coconuts.
roaring
Get
back.
back.
Can they get the
There
job
we go.
done? Not just yet. In fact, the turnaround might go on to Faith. He's already committed into this fight and gets the stomp off. The earn charge still going and preventing that Blink Dagger. Does he have the vision? Is the urn going to wear off in time? Many questions, few answers. Nope, not going to happen.
That was...
That looked like they
crazy
might just get a
coconuts.
clean kill on the Jug, get a
Yeah.
follow-up kill on the Witch Doctor, get
He-
away.
He got the cask off.
Could have been cruisy.
It took a long time for the cask to come back to that centaur. I think he possibly could have even... I don't know. It kept the Spirit Breaker from ulting, so I guess it was fine either way. But yeah, that cask just wrecked them. That was...
Always scary to, especially when you've got the IO on your team. You're bound to be clumping up.
They lost 3 in the end too, and LGD's back. They're already like... TongFu's
Okay.
like, didn't we just defend this? What's going on, guys? Like, what? It took them no time.
Oh, that's
this is
why.
so organized.
That's why. They have the BKB now. Baby is so strong at this point.
They got back here so fast as 5. Like, that's some scary team play coming out of LGD right now.
But it's very disciplined overall. They're not diving for kills. They hit the tower as soon as the creep wave dies. They're already backing off.
Yep.
They just get the free damage out. And we'll see if Vanguard picked up by the Centaur. Huh.
It's tank. I don't know. 4 staff's like the alternative, but then you're still squishy. You might be able to save a teammate. No.
It's just kind of late for a
Seems-
Vanguard, I feel like.
Yeah. Crimson Guard. Okay.
It's not that great this game. There's not really that many
Yeah.
illusions. There's what, Triads, I guess.
Treants, like it helps a little bit against the Omni Slash. Helps a bit against the Death Ward, I think. I want to say. Does it block Death Ward? It should. I don't see why it wouldn't. But yeah, it's not like a end all be all. Like, oh gosh, we've got a Crimson Guard now. We're in the clear.
We won, boys. Crimson Guard online.
Yeah.
If only. Yules, say hello to maybe.
He's
Nope, not
relocate
gonna happen.
out. No.
Do they get the kill here? The charge is coming slowly but surely. And now he's going to have to back off, so they get him out in the end.
Was that Self Yules or was that Queen's Yules?
I'm not sure.
I think it was.
It had to have been because he
Queen.
already used his.
Yeah.
So
Good Yules save. Well played, Queen.
But you go BKB, Yules here as LGD, you are definitely looking to fight a lot. This is not the...
Yeah, you have no farming. I mean, mention the Yules, you can farm like somewhat because you maintain your raise. It's been like SMY, like.
You can farm a bit, but at the same time, it's if you really want to farm, you get the Dominator, the SNY, the items that will scale better in terms of the raw right click. So it definitely seems like LGD's intentions are to end this game ASAP, not really let anyone from TongFu come online. But if it all goes to hell, they've got the Sylar plan B. They're gonna get the Night Stalker. So this is the big thing for me, GoDz, is LGD are gonna get the Night Stalker eggs and the Prophet eggs. At that point, your lanes are always pushed. They're going to get a gem. Good luck having vision. And then good luck leaving the base. It's a pretty scary combo if you're ahead.
Yeah. And they haven't, I mean, they've only gone for the farming item on Jug. So he can keep up and just accelerate his farm. And then once he's got those items ready to break the high ground, gets like a Manta or an SMY, whatever it is.
Ah, the Mega Treants. How I love them.
Fun times to be had. And this is where TongFu are not leaving their base anytime soon. Or at least not unless they're hiding in the trees. And Queen of Pain's going to do just that.
Yeah, that is not going to work for very long with the Vampire on the prowl.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to... Has she blinked? No, she's still hiding in the trees. Yep. But again, there's no real pressure on the map from TongFu. They have no vision to set up relocate ganks. Like to me, they're kind of losing.
They're looking to fight here.
Now.
I think they just got the Gyro BKB, so I think they're like, look, we're behind. We're not farming. We're gonna get out farm. Let's
they are charging. They're gonna catch maybe BKBs. Those quick reactions. Now the cooldown comes through. 2 heroes done. They blow them up. Beautifully done by TongFu. Off the bat, the Prophet down, as well as the Witch Doctor. BKBs are gonna be wearing off fairly soon, but Sylar's on the hunt. Moving forward, gets a big crit. Along with the raise, the urn, tickling, but a charge back the other direction along with the scream. Is anybody able to buy back? No Prophet, no Witch Doctor. They can't rejoin the fight, but Sylar's threatening to come back in. And LGD looks like they'll avoid hemorrhaging too many big kills here, but that Centaur Stomp did all the work.
Yeah, that was a great start to the fight. Then that's like everything they had, though, unfortunately, so they couldn't follow it up and they couldn't even win a 5v3. They didn't lose it. Everyone stayed alive at least, but
I thought it was going to go really bad because they commit the charge on maybe. It looked like they all wanted to jump him. He BKB'd like as he was getting charged through the tree line. And I believe they did have a ward outside the Radiant base, so might have seen it coming.
It was a good initiation because the SF's not really the target. He's just kind of like, let's go in the SF because it pulls the other heroes in so that they get hit by the cooldown and it sets up the center stun. So it's like it's a smart way to start the fight by TongFu. You're not really charging the hero you're looking to kill in that situation.
Well, this may give LGD a bit of pause. Perhaps they will calmly wait for the next Roshan now. They're still working on the Night Stalker eggs, but it is coming soon. And I mean, to me, GoDz, that's the point where TongFu just can't really make mistakes. You make one mistake, all the lanes get pushed, everything gets dewarded, you get completely pinned in your base, and I'm not even convinced TongFu is the better late game. To me, if anything, LGD are a bit scarier with enough farm.
Yeah.
The upgraded Death Ward is devastating. Prophet's super annoying with farm. Jugob, Shadow Fiend, obviously a good dual core.
No, they've got like three great dual carries in late game. Even you can put Prophet in that category. Just his ability to keep lanes pushed and split push. So the one thing LG just generally lack, I remember thinking this during that, like when the draft ended, was just they don't have great control and lockdown. Like their only stun is a Witch Doctor cask. I guess Night Stalker has Disable with the Void, but
why do you gotta hate on my boy Momoya? You don't believe in him, huh? They're gonna.
I do.
Just
this is his time to shine. Get the cast. Let's go.
Assassinate him. He does manage to get the mech off here, and the Death Ward's coming. Look at it go. And they'll get the cow as well. RTK hanging on here as he fights his way up against Lind, and the backup comes through. The gyrocopter arriving to try and tear this fight. The spin out from the Juggernaut, and well, relocate. We'll try to bring them out to safety. It looks like Lind will get out in the end. So another 2 for 2. Another scrappy fight from TongFu.
It's kind of what they want to do right now, but it's still not enough on its own because they're being out-farmed outside of this. It's keeping Gyrocopter in the game. It's got 10k net worth, so it's doing okay, but SF and Jug are just way, way, way ahead. And neither of those two heroes have died in either of these fights we've just seen. It's always been the supporting cast.
Man, that Witch Doctors. You get all these towers, you're going to be farmed on your supports. And all that fight, we saw the mech come out of the Night Stalker, which was a little surprising to me because I didn't even realize he had a mech. Arcane boots as well, and he's the teleport.
Selfless role. He's going for 2 voodoo and a lot of stat points. He's going for a tanky build. He wants all this big wombo combo where we saw like last fight the hoof stomp into the wave cooldown. So even if he's not the target, he often will just die because he's squishy and it's all this AoE damage. So
the charges are starting to do some work here. Another catch is RTK blasted off the map. Yep, he used to be a part of this game.
Look at this. No
he's got the
no
Yules. There's no getting out.
Alright. Trading kills, and still for TongFu it keeps him in the game, but now it's starting to feel more like last game where like LGD they can just go back and play things according to the script, take Roches, 5 mana bit when they need to, play safe, outfarm their opponents and win the game. They tried to end fast going for that like 15, 16 minute racks, but TongFu held on well enough that it did kind of push this game into the later stages.
It does feel like most of their strength has just been their ability to stay ahead and farm both games now.
Yeah. And even just from the start, they get that small little edge and just turn it into like bigger and bigger leads.
Definitely one of the bigger aspects of this team, having Sylar and maybe 2 very consistent carry players. I've seen a little more rat here from the Quap, or at least attempted. It's going to be forced to TP away. I'm wondering what an LGD to make their next move. All the outer towers are gone, so at this point you are looking to crack the base if you go for something, but like you said, there's no rush. They can chill.
Yep.
Let's go destroy creeps.
Hey, that's what LGD stands for. With the C at the end.
I'm not sure chat would agree. I think they have a different interpretation of the name.
I don't know. Laugandie, is that what it is? Perhaps.
Oh, the double Yule shenanigans, Requiem, and see ya! Oh, I love watching that.
Yeah.
The timing is just so pristine, and Quap will be forced to buy back here, I believe, if they want to hold the mid lane.
Yeah, this is the Aegis push. This is must buy back.
And now Shadow Fiend also has an SNY with 3,000 gold, who may be just running his own personal mint. Keeps on raking it in. Now we'll go for the tier 3 in the mid lane. Looks like he'll be able to bring it down. The homie missile coming out. Maybe we'll take it. Faith going to follow that up with a stomp, a double edge as well. They're trying to bait out the BKB or force some sort of overcommitment by LGD. They'll pop the Aegis fairly cleanly. Buyback comes from the Queen of Pain at that exact moment, maybe. Will tuck himself away a bit farther back, but now they get the Night Stalker egg, so the vision will be there for LGD as they continue the high ground siege very slowly.
No cooldown, no Nether Strike, the 2 main things here.
You wait one more wave, they'll be up pretty much.
I think they're going to back up, so but importantly, yeah, those spells will come back up. Aegis is down, Healing Ward's down, so...
TongFu has been very resilient at holding high ground this series.
Yeah.
Even though they lost game 1.
They've been really good about it. But this game, again, it's like they can hold high ground. It's going to maybe push the game into the later stages. You go 40, 50 minutes, but they don't have that long-term plan to get them back in the game. It's just defend high ground. There's no win condition for them right now, it feels.
Definitely agree with you there. Maybe that's where you try to go for more of like a carry quap build, but he did go Ags. Generally not the item you see. If you want to go that route, it's more the Orchid, the IC.
It's the high ground defend build. I guess that's what they're good at, defending
right,
high ground.
It's the right item for this situation because
Yeah.
they're only winning team fights, not really small skirmishes, but it also makes it even harder to win the late game.
And when there's like a Aegis SF pushing your high ground, you want to be able to use Sonic Wave to break the Aegis and then have a Sonic Wave for the next creep wave push that comes. So you can have two creep waves in a row.
Well, it looks like the Executioners decided to show up for work today. Sylar going to grab the Blink, and already level 17. This is going to get very difficult to deal with.
Yeah,
well, he just needs a Diffusal Blade, and he can roleplay Anti-Mage Gods.
He's got all the items he needs.
It's funny how many heroes Blink just sounds silly on, but it's actually really good on.
Yeah.
Making a list of heroes that Blink is flat out bad on is actually a very difficult task. Oh, Void canceling the TP. He tried to do it in the middle of the creep wave at the tower. That was very ambitious.
I guess Blink's bad on Quap. Is it? I don't know. I'd get Blink on Quap if I was a support Quap. Why not?
Think of the range.
No, you blink in, you scream, then you use your Blink spell to get out. I think I actually did that in a game not too long ago. We're losing.
Yeah, you're disgusting. I never want you on my pub team.
Sorry, I'd ruin your pub games. I've ruined a lot of people's pub games. Support Huskers, Blink Dagger Quaps. Definitely.
You just refused. You're like Brian, except much better at Dota. I know Brian's producing right now.
Look, the Connie stuff can work. His carry trait, man. You
gotta
gotta
believe. Maybe with the BKB dodge and the easy setup into the Requiem, almost finishing off Faith off the bat, but can't quite get the job done on his own. Where's the backup for maybe? Looks like he will have to run away.
Okay, that'll work.
Well, nothing's better with some TongFu porridge than some Lao Gandier hot sauce. It's a tasty combo. The sauce goes on top of the porridge, though, which is where TongFu are having some trouble right now. As U9 attempts to jump onto ROTK, but Sylar does get caught as well by a stun. Double Edge, they need the burst damage to bring him down. Can they do it? No, Omni comes out, but it's onto Faith, who's very tanky, very durable through this. Still bouncing and does manage to blink away in the midst of it. Cheeky little move by Sylar.
Yeah.
And healing up, spinning as well. Has he baited them in too far? The Death Ward comes. There's the Yules to cancel it. Nicely fought by both squads here. His heroes just stubbornly refuse to die, but they get their second kill. This forces out a profit buyback. TongFu recommitting onto this one, maybe. Just going to work on Faith. They're going to bring him down. Now they've isolated U9 into the trees. They go. Can they hack him? They will. He falls to the earth, plummets, and now LGD right back down mid. All right.
Okay.
Back the other way.
Yep, back the other way with a Scotty all of a sudden. Okay. Items being picked up. That was a buyback from Profit, but LGD ready to take a lane of racks. I gotta say, I'm sold on the Crimson God Centaur. It
really
been
did work
impressive,
against the Omni Slash.
Yeah, I'm definitely convinced that was the item to get for Centaur.
It's just he's just a little too far behind. But imagine he gets that a couple minutes sooner. The Jug's less farmed. Could have been very different. Still, they're gonna fight here. TongFu hanging on, but in fresh BKB now deployed by maybe. Not really that high on the damage output, though, and they start to chase. The orbs explode onto Sylar. Will they be able to finish him off? Running to the right. Just one more auto attack. They finish the job, but turning and delivering is the Night Stalker. Still, LGD are lacking the backup. And off to the middle lane, the Prophet at the same time is getting hunted down a bit. Barely TPs out in the nick of time. They lose 2 more cores. Only the Prophet, who bought back in the Witch Doctor, able to survive that. And looks like LGD. They bit off a little more than they could chew. Well, actually, a lot more than they could chew is quick to let us know.
That doesn't show the buybacks, though, and the gold change. At least
and I don't think it shows the fight mid either, which
Yeah.
obviously went pretty well for LGD. So
I think, like, looking at the fight mid that LGD won, which they also use a profit buyback on. But I think overall it was maybe like 1,000 to 2,000 gold swing for TongFu, but nothing major. Most importantly, LG have taken Iraqs. They can set up for the next Roshan, which is coming up soon, and I feel TongFu may be at the point where they just have to go for a big play and try and contest Roche. You can see there on the gold graph, it didn't even swing back in TongFu's favor after they won that fight, really.
To me, their fight execution has been pretty good. It's just the overall strategy, be it just the way they've laned the heroes, or to some extent maybe even the picks, that just hasn't worked out as well. But their actual just decision making in fights and team play has been quite good.
Yeah, I'd agree. TongFu's showing signs of promise. It's hard for them because I feel their playstyle is often built around like playing and waiting for their opponents to make a move and reacting to it and like punishing mistakes. But a team like LGD isn't going to make mistakes, so I think they do their kind of playstyle. They were the open qualifier team. It does really well against some of those like tier 2 upcoming teams, and I think they can match up well against some of the other teams in the qualifiers. But just LGD is going to be really tough for them because LGD like knows like, okay, TongFu's going to play very safe kind of slow pace. Like we can just take advantage of that and outfarm them.
So in this analogy, then, TongFu would be you when you're punching someone who's 8 years younger than you when you're a kid.
What do you mean?
But when you're actually faced with someone your own age or a
yeah.
bit bigger, you crumble. So you're saying that you are TongFu.
TongFu.
That's your
I'm
spirit
part.
animal of Chinese Dota. That's what I'm hearing from you, Mr. Parker.
Hey, I never got beat up when I grew up, older LD. What are you talking about? I never. When I versed someone my own size, I took him down as well.
Oh, we can change that. Trust me.
We're talking about Smash, right? Dota.
He's officially anti-mage.
Oh, nice.
He got the defusal. I love it.
Okay.
Where do you go from here? I guess Abyssal or Butterfly to truly channel your inner AM.
Yeah, either's your anti-mage.
Or if you're Sama, you get the rapier.
Let's go phase boot. So that's
On jug.
Yeah, like I mean, as in like I'm thinking like phase anti-mage. More like in the anti-mage world, I don't think.
All right, if we get Lumia on the line, I'm sure Lumia.
Phase anti-mage is a thing.
We'll talk about the good old days when the phase Vanguard Manta was the build, and it used to be the build for sure.
Even then, I think wasn't it Treads? Was there actually phase?
Before the Battle Fury days, it was not uncommon for the phase Vanguard Manta.
I could see. I mean, phase and AM is not.
But you like fought
awful.
a lot more, right? It was just a very different play style. I
This-
believe phase boots were also better then.
Yeah,
I think they got nerfed later
phase
on.
boots used to be like super.
They gave you more damage back then, I think. Right? Was it more damage? I can't even
I think
remember.
they used to have different components. Even it wasn't the double blades. It was something else at one point.
Oh God. We're getting old.
Did he even give you attack speed at one point? I want to know.
that would have been I don't think so.
Oh, that's a Omni Slash for a Wisp.
Oh, this is the IO counter. Just, I don't know what chopped wisp would taste like though. Is that like cotton candy? Would you say? Is that the closest comparison?
Cotton candy.
How do you think IO tastes? Just like a nice little slice of IO.
Not like much. Airy.
Airy. What does air taste like?
Cotton candy. Let's stick with that.
I like
go.
that you just have no answers for these questions because they're so
This is
stupid.
getting very deep and philosophical.
Well, that's why you brought me, right? For the L deep.
Real deep, yeah.
We're going in,
Well,
boys.
I've got all kinds of stuff to bring up later.
Just wait until I'm a few drinks and 8 hours into casting, guys. It'll get interesting. Sylar, continue with the execution, though, as he lays out TongFu once more. They'll bring down Kabu. The siege continues in earnest, and TongFu, on their last legs, looks like they are about to get 2-0. Now, the good news is 2-0s aren't as beneficial for LGD as they were in the Frankfurt Major qualifiers, but...
Isn't that bad news? Whew.
Well, for LGD, it's bad news. For TongFu, it's good news in
Okay.
theory. 'Cause they haven't put themselves in as much of a hole, but your Shadow Friend doing things in the front lines, on the back lines, MMY, doing work with the Death Ward, and GG.
Good stuff. Good footy. And LGD get a 2-0.
Good footy.
Okay, so LGD.
Can't you say that in like a more Australian way? Shouldn't there be like a bloody and an oi and a mate
Nah,
in there?
that's all.
You're an imitation Australian anyway. GoDz just told me he's not a real Australian.
No, I'm closer than.
Would you say you're
closer
more
than Toby?
Would you say you're closer than
Yeah.
Toby?
Yeah.
Really?
Not by
What is Toby then, if not Australian?
European.
Dirty Euro.
In a way, like I'm American, he's European.
Okay.
Like, but I think he's more European than I'm American. I don't know, but neither of us.
I
Neither of us is that
I believe
Australian.
the correct term is disgusting European, though, not just
Yes,
European.
filthy. Yes.
Filthy.
I'm glad I have you on my side for this because.
Just kidding. We love you guys. Dirty Euros.
They were all asleep. It's okay.
You think they wouldn't stay up for some sweet Chinese Dota? Come on, man.
The Russians stayed up, so
Yeah.
I don't think many of them stayed up. They didn't have many viewers. Just wait till Europe starts, then they'll be crushing the viewers. But LGD going versus IG next, so that should be good. We get 430
You didn't
Dota.
sound very... did he sound convinced?
I
He didn't
was,
sound convinced.
I was
to
getting
me.
excited. I was like, Chuan's not even on IG anymore. It's still good though.
Doesn't that mean IG will actually be good now? Because they won't be fighting constantly,
Who knows?
in theory.
Now Luo can truly shine because Chuan's not there to bring him down.
I just want to give... put GoDz on the chopping block here that he is a diehard Luo fan.
Luo's good.
I'm always quick to remember that there's a big old O, also known as 0 in Luo's name. And just keep that in mind as the game comes up.
Okay.
I'm all in on
Zero
I'm
for
all in on LGD here.
Zero for number
We're gonna
of deaths.
start betting. Is it time to bet?
Yeah.
Maybe a shot of something delicious on the line.
Yeah.
Let's
Absolutely.
spice things up here.
All right. I reckon
Alright.
Luo has less deaths than ROTK
No, that's
in the 2 games combined.
bullshit.
So
No.
you're not taking that bet. You said you don't believe
Well,
it.
RTK will die more, but it'll have a bigger impact.
But
RTK just dies
I
more.
feel like that's a
That's
fair.
like making a statement about his playstyle.
I feel like that's a fair bet though. Like LG's favorites, like the losing team is going to have more deaths.
But RTK
I-
dies for the greater good. He dies for his team's sins, and then they are cleansed.
Okay, then I'll take the RTK side of that bet. If you don't want to take the
No, you can't
that
take the
side.
RTK side. That's my team. You can't take.
You don't want to take either
See, he's
side
not
of
a
the
real
bet.
IG fan, guys. Fuck this guy.
I can't.
Honestly.
I give you a good bet and you don't take it. Okay, what?
Give me an over/under. I mean, obviously RTK should die more.
Then Luo, you think
Yeah,
so?
just their
Jeez, I
playstyle.
don't- I think Luo. I mean, of course, always going to do fine.
You
guys.
would have offered the
That
bet
was
if
gonna
you
be
didn't think Luo was.
I don't even know how. I haven't even seen IG playing.
That was just some
forever.
mafia shit there. Where like, I'll take
Yeah.
your side, just trying to make me look bad.
Okay, we'll take your side then.
Fuck you. All right, we'll figure out a
Did you
good.
see RTK, he hardly died. His Zeus kept like surviving and stuff.
That's true, but that was a very uncharacteristic RTK.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe he's changed. Guys, if you have any good ideas for bets or fun propositions, tweet at BTS Gods, at LD Dota. We'll come up with something good for y'all. What do we have coming up next?
IG versus LGD.
Okay.
We're just talking about it.
Cool.
Come on, LD. Gosh.
I'm just
Amateur
I'm on
hour.
autopilot.
Yeah.
This definitely is amateur hour. And you love it, and we love it too. We'll
Yeah.
be back, guys. IG versus LGD in a jiffy.